Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, where we are taking on the Corrupted King. It's going to be a big one today. Lord Ubjao himself. Interestingly, the tomb exclusively contains Deathmarks and Flayed Ones, none of the really easy enemies. By which I mean Necron warriors. We probably have staged past Necron warriors being a real threat. But I remembered something. Where's Jeremiah? I remembered that, I'm not sure if these are actually going to be useful in this dungeon. I'm wondering if we should maybe customize our equipment here. Because, the last thing I want to do with a Deathmark is do a small amount of damage and push him back, right? Maybe it would be better for me to have the single Cognition Mechadend right here instead. Nah, I'm going to stick with it. It's an extra source of damage. We'll figure out how to use it. We will find the efficient way. Alright, let's get on it. So obviously, 5 big angry tech priests. I'm also going to bring a Castellan robot, probably just the one. The Skitarii Ranger is just ranged energy damage and it reveals enemy stats, so they're using phosphor weapons. We don't need that. We don't need that guy. I think let's bring a Skitarii Vanguard. And maybe Skitarii Vanguard Alpha, and then maybe a normal Skitarii Vanguard, just to give us a little bit of versatility. Actually, we might want to bring another energy damage guy. Maybe even another Alpha. I'm just thinking that we're a little heavy on physical damage right now, and if we run into enemies who have a lot of armor, I may be sad about that. Certainly not bringing Servitors. If the Skitarii Ranger was leveled up, that might be the right option. I'm just going to bring 2 Vanguards and a robot. And I think I'm going to change out our Canticle. I kind of think I want to bring the Ignore Armor one on this mission for when we get to the boss. We haven't been needing Cant of the Craft quite so much anymore. We're pretty good at buffing our own physical damage. I could trade this out with Litany of the Electromancer. Get to the boss, just turn his armor off effectively and burn him down really fast. The big plus damage bonus to one attack is way better at fighting groups of dudes. This is very much a single target focus thing, and I think that's what we need here. Skitarii operations in the Tomb of Ubjao report probable sarcophagus location. Target reanimation unknown. Ubjao is a plague upon Silva Tenebris. His ranting broadcasts have demoralized the Skitarii to the point that they are barely maintaining a foothold in his tomb. If he wakes fully and becomes an active combatant, the Skitarii will have to fall back. You know, I don't think his ranting broadcasts are the source of the problem there. I think the problem is, always encountering the skins of their friends in various arrangements. Target profile includes probable flare virus infection and extreme behavior unpredictability. Standard Necron Warform target protocols ineffective. New coursing solutions in progress. If we have a chance to cut out this cancer, then we must take it. Influence excision confirmed as objective. Lord Ubjao must die. Release the hounds. I do wish she would stop calling us hounds. I don't think that's good for morale. I know that, Kepra is the only person who is at all concerned with our morale, but somebody should say something about this hound stuff. We know where he is, but we don't know what we'll find when we get there. Ubjao's mad, and the flare virus could have turned him into a monster. Mission priorities are speed, target identification, and mental resilience. Ubjao likely moral as well as physical threat. What makes him difficult to fight is also the reason he has to die. I do not relish the fallout from this mission, Magi, but the consequences of letting Ubjao live are worse. Possible biological mechanical fusion requires a tax solution recalculation. Recommend fire. Well, I did bring fire. Suits me. Fireworks on everything. Yeah. Of course you would fight fire with fire. You fight everything with fire, right? crushed and mangled body of a Skitari lies among the detritus of this chamber. Unlike the other dead encountered in the tombs, it shows no sign of the Gauss blasters of Necron warriors or the blades of the flayed ones. Instead, it looks to have fallen victim to massive blunt trauma. Well, we could pray for the soul of we could pray for the Omnissiah to guide the soul of the unfortunate dead, examine the corpse for clues about its death and/or items, or fire. Well, you know what? We were explicitly told to use fire this time, so I'm going to try to use fire even more than I usually do when I haven't been told to use it. The body is rapidly consumed by the flames. The body is thereby prevented from being used as raw materials by the loathsome flayed ones. However, the thick, greasy smoke emitted by the fire forces the cohort to make a diversion from their planned route. Okay, surrendering objective to the Necrons could be annoying if we run into a group of death marks. So hopefully that won't be... hopefully the first battle we encounter here will be heavy on the flayed ones. What have we? Oh, bloody hell. I do not remember. I like it when they mark them, green or red. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm real spacey, and also I record like a couple videos every couple of days, and... The guy on the stairs. The guy on the stairs is bad, right? Upside down crocodile I remember being bad, too. Let's do this one. Okay, well that had no effect. Necron initiative was already at the maximum value. These boss tombs are always completely linear, it seems like. This one doesn't seem to be too long. Oh boy. A treasure room beyond which is filled with cognition. I would really like all the cognition, please. Okay, hey, look at that. I found some. It almost looks like a ritual site. Do these things have a religion? Or it could be a trap. Oh, one of these again. Several human skulls, still bloody and evidently recently removed from their former owners, sit in a circle on the floor. They appear to have been deliberately placed. While that does seem like a trap to me, although I think everything seems like a trap, we could place a monitoring device near the skulls. See, what I would like to do is place a monitoring device near the skulls while thinking that the skulls must be a trap, so we like put the device pretty far away. It's not really an option here. Shortly after being placed, the device activates and transmits a brief pict stream to the Adeptus Mechanicus. It shows the image of the skulls flickering, then being replaced by a vast landscape of writhing corpses that churns and pulsates beneath a scorched black sky. The device then cuts out, destroyed by unknown means. Wow, that is legitimately the creepiest thing that has ever happened in this game. Well, also creepy, I lost all my cognition, so it looks like it's just going to be the boss fight. Only one battle. High probability trail of the prey. Close in on the quarry. Let the baying commence. Yeah, always gotta be something about hounds at the end, right? The tracks of something huge run through this chamber, leaving gouges in the gore-smeared floor. Whatever it was, it left scraps of torn skin and globs of shredded muscle tissue in its wake. I'm gonna be so glad when we're done with this tomb. We can follow the tracks with all speed, follow the tracks cautiously so as not to alert the target, or set up an ambush. Now, let us make haste. We gotta get this over with. Okay, well it turns out, as always, negative results. The cohort moves rapidly along the route indicated by the gruesome tracks. Though they close in on their quarry, they are forced to abandon all caution, and alert the tomb's other inhabitants in their haste. Yep, it's always going to be negative. That's fine. We will fight through it. Possibly Ubjao. High-value target visual reference potential. A relief of a glowering Necron lord looms from the wall of this chamber, visible through the smears of filth and gore that cover so much of the tomb of Ubjao. Cool. Let us... You know, I don't much care to record this. We're going to blow this whole place up anyway. Take the image off the wall so that it can be transported, or search the chamber for stuff of value. Let's do that. Hey, look at that, a negative result. Who would have thought? The cohort's enthusiasm in ransacking the chamber causes a foul miasma of decay from rotting biological matter to be disturbed. This toxic fug... I'm not familiar with that word. This toxic fug drives them from the chamber, suffering the effects of the poisonous air and ruining their haste in hunting for valuables. Yeah, whatever. Go fast, go slow. We're gonna get the same results no matter what. Let's just fight the Necrons. A literal heart of corruption. Lives of Gyarados, 7360. If it has not a head to sever, cut out the heart. High value target confirmed. Combat capabilities confirmed. Yeah, did you think we had maybe forgotten the combat capabilities at home? Biomechanical structure apparent. Hypothesis reference flare virus. Hybrid machine curse / bioviral infection. Imperative. Acquire samples. No, nothing's coming back to the ship. We're burning this whole place down. Of course it can get dogs. Okay, we get it. We get it. We're like hounds. This chamber is dominated by a hideous sight. A mass of flesh and body parts pulses in the center of the chamber like a cocoon assembled from the corpses of the tomb's dead. The mass is composed of both fresher Skitari dead and older mummified bodies. Probably from the vanished settlers of St. Arkard's Hope. Alright, let's do this thing. So they have initiative, which could be awkward for us, depending on exactly the composition of the enemy force. The more death marks there are, the worse this is. It looks to be mostly flayed ones. And of course, kill the Lord Ubjao. Not just any Lord Ubjao, that one. That one right there. Okay, well obviously we all just, like, everybody get in front. So I don't know what his deal is, if he has any kind of unusual traversal mechanics. If not, it seems like it might be a long time before we actually fight him. Listen, I don't want to be rude, but we're not all immortal, so could you maybe speed that up a little bit? Oh, he's got the Endless Legions. We're gonna have to fight our way up to him while he summons tons of dudes, I guess. It's an interesting idea for a fight. I think we can handle this. What are we looking at in terms of cognition generation? Nothing. No cognition from the environment. Okay, well, is what it is, I suppose. We can sit here and be upset about it, or we can kill every Necron. Kind of looks like we're gonna have a hard time, putting together the cognition necessary to summon any of our troops here, though. Alright, I think it is definitely worth moving up. We'll Dendrite him, and, you know. Mecha Dendrite, then we drop him with the axe, and that's going to give us another point of cognition. Oh, that's right. That guy has the thing that gives you a point of cognition every time you kill an enemy too. We could just, let's see. We could run up and like flamethrower and use overcharged cognition. Trying to spend as efficiently as possible here. It might not be a bad time for that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna run forward and hit somebody with the flamethrower. I guess you. Doesn't much matter who. We can only get one no matter how we do this. So do I want to move this guy forward at all? This is a question. Because we're about to go to full cognition no matter what. So is there like a valuable way to spend this 1 point I have left? Can I... It says for 1 round. Yeah, it would not be smart to use this first. So I guess we'll just move up to a slightly more aggressive position, and then we will hit the thing. Alright, everybody, have fun with all this. I mean, we may as well just go ahead and scan him. So he has a ton of health and no armor at all. So that the Canticle we brought for boss fighting is going to actually be completely useless. That's a shame. Can I Mechadendrite this guy even though he's down? Okay, I can. Obviously, we don't need to in this situation. I was just trying to... just seeing. So we can get these guys with the flamethrower. It's probably enough to kill. I think I'm gonna tap this guy with the phosphor pistol first. Let us just be rid of him. Do I want to use my power field generator? 5 damage would definitely be insufficient. Yeah, alright. It doesn't cost any cognition for him anymore, which is nice. Mostly I'm worried about the cooldown. Yeah, we're coming, we're coming. So let's see, I could generate... I would generate 2, but lose 1 here. And then it would make sense to Mechadendrite one of these guys. I could just run forward and attack another enemy, though. I probably don't actually need to fight... I don't need to actually kill all these enemies, right? Just killing Lord Ubjao will be enough. Yeah, alright, let's keep moving. Little tiny bit overzealous there. I'm not too worried about his health. And then we can probably actually kill this guy too. With the Infestus Mechadendrite. But I think I'm just gonna get up here. We have Benediction available. I'm not afraid of him. Yeah, I'm just gonna run past that guy. Let us lay in the threat. And there's no point in using my servo-skull for anything. I think we're good. So keep in mind, we do still have the ability to completely refill our gauge from the Canticle as well. What I'd really like to do, though, is get up here and prep our machine spirit and stuff. Let's get aggressive. You don't have a free weapon right now, so it's probably not sensible to try to clear any corpses. We grabbed all of the easy-to-get cognition. I suppose I just keep running, right? I don't see any reason to stop. We'll advance as much as we can this turn, and then next turn we'll hit Machine Spirit and refill the Cognition gauge, and we will just go. I could call in a defensive troop unit. That might actually really be worth doing. Just put the big robot up here. Does it bring it in? It brings it in for free, right? Yeah. Alright, well, I think we should probably punch him. So I'll set him on fire, I'll smack him in the face, and then I'll defense protocol. Try to tank all the damage. Deals minimum damage for 1 round. Trade-off I am willing to make. Okay, so the Necrons are all going to get up. But that doesn't necessarily matter. We have a lot of stuff active, but I don't think I actually want to spend... Huh. Does he actually still have a point of cognition? That's weird. He doesn't appear to have one available for me. Huh. No, he totally does. I thought we'd grabbed his already. Something strange is going on here. I think I'm probably going to stop right here. As much as it would be cool to charge forward, I want to make sure that Jeremiah has as many cognition points as he feels he needs. I do wish I had his power field generator available, though. I mean, I suppose I could just have this guy run all the way up because his field generator is available. Right? Have him spend 2 cognition points right now, then bless. Whoa, camera. Whoa. Yeah, honestly, that's probably right. Let's get on this dude. Although, actually, setting him on fire probably doesn't help because there's no way burn stacks. But I still get to hit him really hard with this thing. I get to shoot him pretty hard with this thing. Yeah, I'm going to go up there. We don't even need to machine spirit for my weapons yet. Take this, 2 to 3 damage. Bet you wish you had some armor now, right? So, like, do I even want to do this, or do I just want to run up and melee him once? I think I just want to run up and melee him once and save a little bit of cognition for everybody else. Because this would be... I'd have to use all of my cognition points right now. I would deal 10 to 12 plus 7 to 9. I kind of think I want to put more bodies up here. That was a good time for a crit, so he's down to 30. Part of the reason I want to put more bodies up here is just so that we get more opportunity attacks if he tries to run or anything. This guy does have a cognition point available for us, apparently. But I guess Menarius is next. We want Menarius to do that, because he can get that cognition point and also kill the thing. Yeah, I think we just run up on him and melee him, right? Oh, I didn't shoot him with my phosphor pistol on the way up. That is a smallish error. I can back up and still do it, but then I don't have enough movement to move in on him again afterward. Is it worth spending a cognition point for this? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think so. You know what I do think? I'm gonna stand here, actually. I'm going to try to open up the ability for Menarius to arc rifle him without doing any damage to the rest of us. I could do this. It's not going to actually push him back, right? Because his back is up against somebody. It might push him to here, and if it does, that could make my shooting awkward with Menarius. I don't know, let's find out. Let's see how this actually works. Okay, it can't push him straight back, so it doesn't push him. Good to know. Okay, so we do this, then we give him both of the big beam weapons, and that honestly might be enough right there. Well, that's embarrassing for him. I get what they were going for here, it just didn't quite work out the way they were hoping. Did we take any damage at all? No, right? I didn't actually get attacked. Well, that's very embarrassing for him. The hulking horror that is Lord Ubjao collapses to the ground in a mass of torn flesh and ruptured metal. The fusion of biological and mechanical parts prevents the remains from teleporting away in their entirety, leaving many gory chunks of Ubjao's structure oozing on the floor. The cohort can recover these after they have given the Omnissiah thanks for helping them prevail against such a monstrosity. Do we need to recover them, though? Is that actually helpful? Kill confirmed. Unmaking concluded. At great cost. None who witnessed Lord Ubjao will be the same. Even my neurovaults struggle to contain the disgust and dread at such a sight. Bodies heal. Minds heal. Lord Ubjao remains dead. Time is on our side. Also, we're all dogs or whatever. The tomb of Ubjao is still a moral threat, but with Ubjao gone, it will not continue to get worse. We may yet hold it, Captrix. We may yet be victorious on Silva Tenebris. Alright, Faustinus, don't get ahead of yourself. Concept of victory is dependent on high-value target eliminations. There will be more calls to the chase. The hunt is not yet finished. Also, baying and howling or whatever. So that went down really, really, really smoothly. That ability to call a troop unit in wherever you want for just a single cognition is really powerful. It's some strong stuff. At this point, we have access to some strong stuff. Well, we've now killed 3 of their bosses. Canticle of the Iron Soul is available. That's alright. That's pretty good. We'll probably actually use that. So, we've killed Acropis, Agrilek, and Ubjao, and it seems like just doing missions in their sector eventually unlocks them for hunting, so maybe we should try to focus ourselves on the sectors of the bosses that we haven't yet defeated. For now, it looks like that would only be the Neftusk sector. So let's go after it. Subdomina Kepra reports a strange chamber in the tomb of Neftusk, containing a scale model of the tomb complex. Locate and capture the chamber so its contents can be used to map the tombs more accurately. That does sound pretty good. We get a deployment slot, Skitari Ranger Alpha level 3. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I suppose we should go and talk about spending some of the reward here. Although, honestly, we made so little Blackstone there, I'm not sure we can buy any upgrades. We can upgrade Minarius. Not that he needs it. What would we even do? Just grab, like, enhanced analytics? You never have enough cognition. Escape is interesting for him as well. He's never close to anybody. Yeah, I'll just do this. This is good. Okay. So what do we want to equip on him? We could pull one of the Mechadendrite. We could pull the Mechadendrite and put something else in its place, like the higher quality one. Or sorry, not even the higher. This, right? I think that's pretty good. Right, then we got to talk about some other stuff here. Oriochus and Jeremiah both now have access to a better quality of a power field generator, so we got to figure out if that's worth equipping. I don't know if I want to lose any HP on him. We could get rid of what is honestly like the least impressive Phosphor Blast pistol of anybody in the party. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let's just go for the biggest power field generator on you. And then I'm not going to mess with your gear, I don't think. And you can probably do... Now, what do I want to drop from you? We could also drop his pistol. He does use it, but he needs it a lot less for identification than anybody else does. And that thing's powerful. Alright. Let's head out to the Neftusk sector. I have a feeling like there was something else I was going to equip. What did we get from the last mission? We got that upgrade. We also got... We got the 3rd tier of something else, didn't we? Could have sworn was... Oh, it was the third tier cognition mechadendrite. Yep. Do I want to cut something for this? We could drop his points of armor. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I don't know if I want to do it on anybody else. Minarius could lose the claw, I guess. We have way less need of healing than we have at any other point in the campaign, thanks to Jeremiah now having the healing blessing thing. You are already not using a mechadendrite. You're using the first tier one, but we really can't afford to upgrade you any. We sort of can't even afford to have you having this. Cognition's too valuable, though. Alright, now let's actually do the thing. So we're up against heavy destroyers, cryptex, immortals, and, for some reason, still Necron warriors. We will bring a robot for just in case, and then a couple of servitors, I guess, because we're out of money. And let's get rid of this and put in the Canticle of the Iron Soul that we just earned. Because it is strictly better than the plus physical damage one that we were running before. I've just received a strange report from our Skitarii units in the Tomb of Neftusk. It might be worth your attention, Magus. Lord Neftusk, it seems, was eager to commemorate his achievement in building the tomb complex. Previous mission data suggests Lord Neftusk was greatly enamored of memorializing himself. Seems to be true of all of them. One of the inner chambers contains what looks like a scale model of the whole Tomb Valley. All the structures rendered in miniature. It's quite the thing. If such an object were captured, it could be invaluable in planning the exploration of the tombs. Ascertaining its purpose might also provide useful intelligence. It represents a conundrum that causes my emotional cores to return some curiosity. Alright, I think we could probably burn through this pretty quickly. It doesn't look like a terribly terrifying group of enemies. I wonder if the Necrons had any use for this model beyond simply reminding themselves of Neftusk's genius. Such miniature recreations are sometimes used in strategic training exercises. Their use is considered obsolete in the Adeptus Mechanicus. Sleep-taught tactical protocols and battle prayer sermons are far more effective. In any case, I've plotted a route to the chamber, though the Necrons have recaptured much of the area from our Skitarii. Perhaps they're using the model to plan their counterattacks. It shall soon be beyond their use, Subdomina. If it cannot be captured for our use, the application of explosives represents a logical, suitable solution. I mean, that's true in pretty much every situation. Okay, so we have one... Okay, there are 3 objective rooms. Well, I guess let's just hit this one right now, right? We can take a couple of these combats really early in the Awakening meter, just in case. Alright, so this is our first heavy destroyer, right? Resources from lifeform NN346, Necron Destroyer, have been positive. Now see heavier pattern, designating lifeform code NN346.2. That's good. That's a good unique name there. Gather we must. Isn't it a failure to the Omnissiah that we farm from the Xenos data? One of my favorites, cannot unless you canticle. Okay. Sorry. Cannot unless you canticle, V34, shares the only will of the machine spirit is that of the Omnissian technologies. For the Xenos will deceive you and tempt you, but you will not falter, for you are a priest. I've not heard this verse, Videx. I will request a data merge on this log once the mission is complete. For now, however, we must do what we can to survive, and data mining Xenos lifeforms is one of those sacrifices we need to make. Okay, why are they all glowy? They're very... Okay, I guess it's just... Hey, these are the squares that have the enemies in them. You know, the ones with all the red. So the Necron Heavy Destroyer gets to go first. I doubt we're going to be able to outrange him. So let's try to stand in a flat line, just in case he has like an arc weapon. Try to minimize the effect of it. Oh, shield generator. Alright. Okay, he's charging. There's a couple of immortals over there. A cryptek that I'm really not too worried about. Alright, let's deal with this guy. So you have the heavy phosphor blaster. We haven't actually gotten to see this thing in action yet. Wow, that is a wide area of effect. Holy crap. Well, I wanna damage him and the things. This seems like the prudent maneuver. Let's go grab a point of cognition so that we can use our blessing. I want to make sure that the point gets across here. That's pretty cool looking. Man, that shield generator had a lot of health. Alright, we could grab a point of cognition. Probably we ought to. I don't think I'm going to use it on this guy, but we need to have it for everybody else. Yeah, because we can move forward, but we can't attack if we do. Alright, Minarius can just drop the Annihilator in the exact same way. Seems like the right thing to do. This guy has no opportunity attacks, so we should probably run up there and get the Mechadendrite off first. Alright, easy. Also, man, he's gotten powerful. And then we give these guys a little bit of this. Actually, probably should have done this first, because I didn't need to spend my blessing getting that done. That was already under control. I think I'm going to run over and scan this thing just so that we can get it out of the way. I don't have to think about it anymore. Because I definitely want to make sure we get it scanned. I'm worried if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. Alright, and you may as well just poke somebody. Yeah, poke this guy. See how much health he has left. Alright. An annoying amount of physical armor, but beyond that, not so bad. I mean, this does seem pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Feels a little bit like we're, like, pretty deep in on a gimmick here, but it keeps working, so... Really, that guy survived. That's impressive. Alright, so we'll run up here, hit him with the Mechadendrites, and then step over to that thing. I could swap out this guy's 2 Mechadendrites for the one third level one and then free up a slot. I should have done that. I do not have another weapon. Okay, it turns out the game is fairly easy when you have 0 points on the awakening meter. Not quite lethal. Something tells me we're going to figure it out, though. I have the utmost faith in us. It is really nice to have such a large cognition gauge. So we're going to have at least 2 more combats, possibly more. You know, you don't really see Necron fights outside of objective rooms or rooms that have the red Necron images in them. I have never come across such a strange habit among the Necrons. I cannot guess at what purpose the Necrons must have for these diminutive replicas. I shall have to think on a solution for this puzzle. A bizarre sight greets the cohort in this chamber. Hundreds of miniature Necron warriors, each no taller than a man's finger, standing on dozens of shelves built into the walls. They are detailed enough to represent specific units and individuals among the Necron leadership. Well, obviously I want to blow them up. We could search the chamber for something that might give meaning to this strange discovery, or we could blow the strange discovery up. Which one is likely to result in more loot? Because obviously we could just, like, collect all the shattered bits of Blackstone. Alright, let's loot it. The cohort reasons there must be something more to this place and thoroughly ransack the room. However, they find little more than a few odd tiny polyhedrons marked with Necron runes, some simple measuring devices, and several volumes of inscribed slabs covered in Necron writings, which appear to be slightly different iterations of the same text. They take what they can, but are left no more enlightened. I get it. Listen, who doesn't love Warhammer 40k? Even the Necrons just can't put those little plastic men down. Sorry, little Blackstone men down. I think I'm actually going to back up and come at this thing from the other side here. Because we're going to have to double back on this no matter what, with the way the tomb is shaped. And you know, let this be a lesson to us. When you have the option of using the grenades, use the grenades. A lathe-like machine fills this chamber. Going by the components littering the floor, it is used to manufacture the tiny statues of Necron warforms. What reason the Necrons have to do this is unknown, but it seems clear they should not be allowed to continue. I agree with that. Blow up the machine with explosives, or do this thing, or do so. Oh, okay, hold on. Now they're getting me. There are 2 different blow-it-up options. Use a demolition charge to collapse the whole chamber, or just blow up the machine. I kind of feel like we have to go through this chamber. I'm just going to blow up the machine. Alright, once again, I have failed. When given the opportunity to use explosives, use the biggest explosives. You know, saying it out loud, it should have been obvious. The machine is rigged with grenades, and the cohort falls back from the chamber. The grenades blow the machine apart, creating enough of a commotion that nearby Necrons are attracted to the cohort's position. The machine, however, will never function again. Always the biggest explosives. What was I thinking? Okay, so we do have another heavy destroyer who probably has to be a priority. Actually, we can't kill him. He is going to get to go twice before we do, so he gets to shoot his weapon off. Why are only 3 of my guys on the map? That's weird, right? Why did it not start us? Huh. I don't know. I was looking for like a second deployment zone or something. Okay, so that's annoying. That is a turret. This guy gets to charge his weapon, and then he gets to use his weapon, so... Oof. Hopefully it either won't function at that range, or it won't kill anybody. It sure would suck for somebody to die before I get a turn. Okay. We are all right for the moment. How to handle this? I kind of think that Leonardus is not the person who should go first. Although, going overzealous into immediate machine spirit does sound pretty okay. Yeah, let's do it. He is going to go ahead and take his turn now. So, what I would really like to do is find a position where I can set off the fireworks display and do, like, really a lot of damage to this guy. What am I getting out of this? Is it maybe trying to tell me that this is a position that will be within that thing's range on my next action? That might be it. Alright, we are going to find our good firing arc here. So it looks like I'm going to run over here and scan this, and then we're going to have to readjust a little bit to make sure we can hit the heavy destroyer. Our guys do look pretty cool, just like completely festooned with weapons. I'm not actually going to do damage to him from here. If I move to here, I could. I could move to like here maybe? Take an opportunity attack, but I'm not that worried about it. Or I could just move to here, because this guy's not going to opportunity attack me. Yeah. Let's attack from behind. I'm kind of curious if I can get some splash onto the turret, if I take him from the right angle. I'm going to move up here. We're going to give him the big axe. Then we're going to move to here. Tap him with this thing. So we've now removed 4 points of energy armor from him. If he had energy armor, it is probably now gone. And now I gotta find the spot where it's gonna let me actually hit both of these guys. Okay, the other stuff is just a little bit too far away, but I'm cool with this. Yeah, pretty good. And then we can just move to here, grab this cognition point, and then move over to here. Be on top of these two. Seems like a pretty successful turn to me. And then is there anything else in the environment? There is one thing that can give cognition. There's also another Blackstone cache. I think I probably just want to reveal stats. This guy is first. Okay. He's a tough dude. So do some pretty good damage here. Oh wow, that that is guaranteed to kill him. Can I get the angle? I want to tighten the angle up a little bit. Oh, did I not? I didn't scan this. Well, shoot. I'd better go do that. Because we're about to destroy it. Yeah, I moved up to it and then just forgot to click the button. Embarrassing. That's going to cost me a cognition point, probably. I assume I cannot get the angle I want from here. Never mind. The angle I get from here is awesome. Well, let's take it then. That's a good blessing. So I can't actually shoot this thing. I can do this, though, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, let's do that. Let's clean this little situation over here up. I'd love to get over here. Do this. We'll mechadendrite this guy before we leave him. May as well get the other cache now, because it's entirely possible that there's the battle's going to end during our turn. In fact, I would go so far as to say that it is seeming pretty likely. Okay, so we need some heals now. I'm gonna delay your turn. So we can get this going. Wait, no, not you. Oh, did Jeremiah... Oh, this is Jeremiah. Oh, yeah, I just passed Jeremiah's turn, even though... I don't know, Jeremiah's last. Okay, delay. I want Jeremiah, obviously, for the healing. So, we have our benediction here. Just full heal everybody real quick. That has a 3-turn cooldown, and it costs a single point of cognition. Seems a little silly. Alright, so let's do this. I don't actually want to kill this guy just yet. I want to run over here and hit the cache with an axe first. Okay, this has been a very successful battle. And then I'm good. We have other people who can finish the job. Wait, sorry. Eradication rate. Why would you ever not eradicate people? Well, in part because apparently it is cumbersome and hard to aim. I get some pretty good outcomes there. We did not end the battle with a ton of cognition, which is a little bit unfortunate. Chamber ahead contains not the model of the tomb complex the cohort seeks, but a large relief map of a section of ground rendered in great detail. It appears covered in depictions of runes and barricades. Is this entire tomb just the place that they play miniatures games? We could search the table, examine the map because perhaps it charts a location somewhere in the tomb. We can flip the table because destroying the map is fun. It might be a strategic tool the Necrons are using and should be put beyond their use. Or we can sanctify the map, destroying any corruptive influence this strange artifact might have. I was taught something. Nope. Turns out sometimes it's bad to use explosives. Gripping the edge of the map, the strongest of the cohort flips it over entirely, scattering its miniature topography across the chamber floor. Though immensely satisfying, the act creates a loud enough noise that nearby Necron units must be aware of it. So we didn't use explosives. I was not given the option to here. There were no good options. How am I to save my soul if I cannot blow up everybody else's soul? I ask you. Seems like a pretty straightforward question to me. A series of raised pedestals topped with transparent containers display a number of Necron machines, rendered in miniature in intricate metal and stone. They include the transport vehicles the Astra Militarum have nicknamed Ghost Arcs, and the mobile monoliths that drift across distant battlefields. See, it says destroy it all, but it doesn't say blow it up with explosives. Take as many of the models as possible, or take only the sculptures of vehicles not widely known from mankind's previous contact with the Necrons. This might be cognition, but what I want is Blackstone. Nope, wow. That was really bad. Destroying the small statues is a task the cohort takes to with enthusiasm. However, the older of the icons prove to be made of some toxic substance, which fills the chamber with harmful particles. The righteous act is completed by the The righteous act is completed by the cohort suffer ill effects from the toxins released. This is probably a typo and supposed to be but. So that was maybe the worst outcome we've ever seen from an event? The situation is very unclear about what it would like me to do. Okay, treasure room filled with cognition. Nope, that was the wrong one. The thin, tall one. The really thin, tall symbol is Slender Man. It's bad. Whatever, I'm not afraid of your extra Necrons. Bring them on. Hey, look, a positive one. Yay! I'm not even really happy about the cognition points. I'm just happy nothing bad happened. stair guy is bad. That is, yeah, fine, I guess. It is a lack of bad things. And do I even want to interact with this event? Yeah, I guess so. It's probably not going to be a good thing, though. The chamber ahead is a workshop of sorts. On a bench of polished steel stands a half-constructed miniature version of a huge and elaborate building, resembling a palace in the blocky, obscure Necron fashion. Is this a creation Neftusk hopes to build for real once the dynasty of Silva Tenebris is fully awoken? Well, we could attempt to take the half-constructed model, we could take picked grabs of it, or we could smash this icon of Necron ambition. Here's the thing. The tomb has made it clear to us that we will be punished, whether we destroy the Necron stuff or don't. So I'm going to destroy it because that's more fun. No, this time it was fine. The cohort dashes the offending object against the floor, utterly destroying it. This small blow against the arrogance of the Necrons grants a sense of victory the cohort relishes. And then I guess we'll hit this final one here. May as well, right, at this point? Raw binary, seething within. The Great Gazoo is a jerk. I think this one's actually positive, but I guess we'll take the one we know to be clean. Alright, let's finish this mission. So somebody pointed out that it seems that no matter what our awakening meter is at, we never get fewer than 3% toward the campaign level awakening meter, and we never get more than 5%. So actually, once you get to 5, it doesn't really hurt you to take your time as much as you want. Although I suppose, you know, the actual awakening level penalties are meaningful. What is this now? Alright, we have a scanner destroy, we have this big energy wall, which is a problem. As ever, my solution is to stand as far forward as possible. Actually, hold on. We should make sure that the 3 in front are the 3 who are actually acting first. Okay, there we go. That sucks. And the destroyer gets to act... It doesn't just get to act first, he also gets to act second. He's going to charge his weapon, and then he's going to hit us with it. So we might... it's possible we'll have someone go down, which would be interesting. At least we'll see what it's like when somebody goes down. It's also possible that they'll all group up and let me hit them as hard as possible. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Alright, well, you know what we must do. This is the final area, so we may as well blast the canticles. Just max the machine spirit of all weapons. Will increase damage dealt by all tech priests on their next attack. This is going to work the way I want it to, right? They could fire through it. I assume I can fire through it, because this seems bananas. So we're going to do this, but first we must increase the damage of the next attack by 12. Alright, yeah, there's no version of this where anything we can do is better than that, right? I could cast that canticle for free. I'm gonna... Alright, let's just lay it on, shall we? I don't even know if that's gonna work that way. I should reveal somebody's stats, just so that I can actually see the damage value. Time to find out if that canticle stacks with itself. Then we're gonna Cognition Freedom. We have buffed up the Heavy Phosphor Blaster as much as we know how to. It is predicting 37 to 39 damage. So yes, the canticle does self-stack. Surprise, everybody! That was pretty alright. Yeah, I guess sometimes the Omnissiah is okay. We get rid of him because he acts before our next turn. And now we act before the enemies twice. So we can't pass through here, but we can back off and do this. I think there's going to be a fair amount of we can back off on this round here. Menarius can arc rifle all these guys. Feels like we kind of solved that problem. And then you can just hang out here, I guess. As far as I can tell, all we can do is wait for this thing to go away. Let's delay. And delay. Okay. I don't know why that needed to be next. I just had strong feelings about it. Well, let's get over here and get ready to go get the thing. It does feel like maybe our squad is kind of power capping a little bit. Maybe about time for the campaign to end. Alright, so it's possible more enemies will spawn when this happens. Sometimes that stuff occurs. Yep, okay. 3 immortals and a cryptek. We must escape. I'm not too worried about escape, but being perfectly honest. So I can just blast both of these guys. It's going to take 4 cognition, but we have lots and lots of sources of cognition available to us. I'm just going to do it. This gun is awesome. And it reveals their head. Like, it's just so good. Alright, we'll step over here. Pull one of these. And then... come on, lucky 2. Ah, well. If we'd gotten the 2, that would have been pretty cool. As it stands, we do have the ability to finish him off with Menarius' servo-skull, which I think we shall do. Although I guess he's not really finished off, because he's just going to get up on his turn. Alright, I probably can't fire this in such a way as to hit both of them with it. Aw, it was critical at everything. Why did it have to be non-lethal? Super cognition. And I think at this angle, I'm trying to make sure that I can shoot this guy with the arc rifle without shooting my friends as well. Wow, really? I was really expecting him to go down. Well, I may as well get up here. So, once again, probably not possible to fire these weapons in such a way that they hit both enemies, so let's just give it to them straight. I'm going to shoot this guy with the arc rifle, but I think we can afford to apply the eradication ray over here. Oh, gotta move in a little bit. I was about to say, if he's still up, I'm going to be very upset. We will just extract all of his cognition. I gotta remember to fix this. Get up here. And then we will summon a troop unit instantly anywhere on the map, because why not? Big robot, go! Try to keep this crypt deck from doing anything crazy. And you're good. Five health is a little bit more than I want to see here. Well, inconvenient. That guy's next. We might be able to flamethrower him. And the area of his flamethrower blast is huge. It aimed that very carefully. Okay, cool. Don't know that I want to do much here. I guess I can stand over here. Flamethrower off. Obviously, I'm in case it was not clear, I guess I should say, I'm trying to kill them all for the Blackstone. I know that this is not the objective. I just want to get paid. Alright, that's enough out of you. Next up is that guy, so we can solve that problem too while we're here. And then I think Jeremiah probably has it from there. We do have to deal with the Cryptek, I suppose. It says I'll be able to flamethrower him from here. I think it should be lethal, even through all of his physical armor. With our very high-level power field generator. Alright, at this point, I think the mission should assume that we are capable of escaping. It seems to me that we have this under control. I can't believe completely restore the health of all of your troops is a thing that has a 3-turn cooldown and only a single cognition point cost. Really? That's very annoying. It's actually going to make me do this whole turn where all I do is pass. Is this skip turn entirely? I don't know why this button has no tooltip text. Yeah, okay. You can, instead of delaying turn, simply skip. Not 100% clear what's going on with the camera right now. That was stupid. For real, when all the enemies are dead, you can just assume that I escaped. Well, honestly, that tomb was way harder than the boss tomb. It wasn't hard, but it was harder. The cohort locates the chamber with the scale model of the tomb complex. It is too large and elaborate to be transported out of the tomb, so they take a thorough picked record of its every detail. Neftusk's reasons for building it remain obscure, but the Adeptus Mechanicus now possess a valuable guide to the full extent of the tombs on Silva Tenebris. That is pretty handy. We should be grateful that Neftusk had such a high opinion of his own skills. The Grand Architect's scale model has given us intelligence about the extent of the tomb complex that would otherwise have cost us good lives to acquire. I return some satisfaction from the fact that the arrogance of the Necron may be the means by which it is defeated. More teachings of the Omnissiah? More an observation from experience. The enemy does not give much, so what he does give must be grabbed without hesitation. That kind of thinking's a real good way to fall into a trap. The enemy does not give much, so what he does give must be blown up with all of the grenades. The maximum possible number of grenades. Sometimes, You will destroy it with the grenades, and you will suffer for this. But this is only more reason that you must destroy the next thing with grenades. More thoroughly. Alright, let's, and now we actually got 6 there, right? It was 68, now it's 74, so... Turns out we can't get more than 5. That's fine, whatever. Alright, so, obviously, we are done here for today. Let's throw some more levels on. Was Jeremiah... What was I doing with Jeremiah? I was working him down toward here, which we got. I don't know that he actually really needs too much more. Having more than one person with overcharged cognition would be kind of neat. I'm just thinking it would be cool if we could get him another slot so he could put his hat back on. Or so he could carry a gun again. So it's Extraction Protocol servo-skull or this buff, which I don't think is very good. +4 range for ranged weapons. Does this apply to things like the flamethrower? Range 8 meters. You know what? I'm willing to take it to find out. It does say range 12 meters. So yeah, on area effect weapons like that, that seems incredibly valuable. Alright, so we could put the hat back on, or we could do some other stuff. I think the hat is maybe right. Or getting the gun back is interesting. Having a macro stubber so you have another source of physical damage for when you pop your power field generator actually is probably the way we want to go. So he now has 4 physical attacks that he can fire off on the turn when he uses the field generator. That seems pretty good. The macro stubber... It does not have a cognition cost either. That's pretty cool. Alright, who else needs sweet, sweet Blackstone? Minarius? I mean, there's some things Minarius could take. Where's the new guy? Oh, actually, you also kind of could use some stuff, huh? You know, we could just have enhanced analytics on absolutely everybody. I don't hate that. And with your newfound single enhancement slot, augment slot, what do I want to do? It could just be this. Because he ends up in melee with people all the time. Yeah, we might come back and spend some more Blackstone on him. Oriokus could use... He's kind of a jack of all trades. He could use some of this explorator stuff, actually. Yeah, and I want to unlock the explorator gloves, I think. What are the gloves that he currently has available? Yeah, those are not so good. And then the next thing would be... Oh, that's actually pretty useful. Alright, well, first things first, let's get those gloves in. And then, you end up adjacent to people all the time, so just replace your mechadendrite with the next level of that thing. Yeah, okay. And then, where's... Okay, you. Let's unplug the 2 mechadendrites, plug in the 1 mechadendrite, so you at least have the slot open. Okay, I think our squad is looking pretty powerful. What do we have available for next time? Kepra, as always, has more missions available. This heavy arc rifle, 1 to 20 damage to the target. I honestly don't even know if that's good. This Qatari Vanguard level 3, and it's in the Melob sector, which I believe is that's a boss we haven't fought yet, right? And in fact, that is the only mission in a sector of a boss we haven't fought yet, so that is probably what we will pursue. You know what? I'm just going to keep taking whatever missions Kepra gives. She seems to know the good stuff. But that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we, I don't know, shoot some more Necrons with flamethrowers. You know what it is. And we'll see you then.